So I'm Jeff, and welcome to the Long Runner channel. I've had some success this year. I ran 2 PBs, but over the past 5 or 6 weeks I've been dealing with a persistent injury and haven't been running that much. I think back to the times when I was doing long, hard runs and doing really tough workouts, and almost seems like that was another person. Like I just can't imagine doing that right now. But this is where you want to dig down deep and where you have to be more determined than ever. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing to deal with the injury, what I'm doing in terms of mindset, and I'll talk about my running journey going forward. According to Chris Napier, author of Science of Running, up to 50% of runners get injured every year. While that might seem a bit high, a lot of those are niggles and soft tissue injuries that we bounce back from pretty quickly. So my approach has always been to deal with injuries actively, not to just sit back and wait. Of course, there's a stage where you have to just rest and do nothing, and in some ways that's the hardest part. But at some point you got to start dealing with the issue, and that can take time and determination. So the goal is to recover stronger than before. You can't always do that without professional help, but I think there's a lot we can learn and work on ourselves if we're patient and we're committed. So this time around, I thought I was dealing with an adductor issue, maybe some tendonitis, and I figured I'd get over it in a week or two. But it turned out to be a bit more complicated. I think I'm dealing now with a deep strain in the core, kind of near the attachment of the pubic bone. So I came back a bit too soon, ran a bit too much, and instead of healing, it just got worse. And that's when I realized I really needed to back off and just play the long game. So I switched to alternating cycling and running days, and I rebuilt slowly. So I started with really short 2-minute jogs with 3 minutes walking, and then 3 minutes jog, and then 2, and then 4, and then 1. All of this was done at an easy pace, mostly on the treadmill. And so now I'm up to 30 minutes continuous, no pain, no issues, and from here I'm just planning to add a little bit of distance each time. Hey guys, so Adidas SL2. This shoe's been around for a while. These are really good shoes for running on the treadmill, if you're looking for something like that. Very simple upper, lightweight, breathable, and it has this Light Strike Pro foam. This is really good foam. Like, this is an excellent midsole. So it just feels really nice. I've got 300 miles in these. Really good value for this one. This is a good one if you're looking for a treadmill shoe or just an easy, simple running shoe. Adidas SL2, big thumbs up. So on top of this, I've been experiencing some mild tingling in my arm that kind of radiates all the way down to the fingers. It's not particularly painful, it's just annoying. And this has been going on for a while. If you've been watching the channel, you'll know that I had some back issues back in February, just before the Seoul Marathon. So I got this checked out. I thought it might be carpal tunnel, but I got an MRI done and they actually found there's some nerve impingement in my back, just around the C6, C7 joints. So I guess it's just like, welcome to getting older. They basically said it's wear and tear, there's not much you can do about it, and it'll probably go away. So I've been deciding that I'm going to focus more on strengthening the back muscles and really work on mobility. So as you can see here, I've been getting back into yoga. I've been following these Apple Fitness Plus yoga sessions, and they've been really good, I did yoga many years ago, and I continue to do it now and then, but I feel like recently it's just the right thing to be doing. It's great for flexibility, but I think what I value most is just the sense of connection, coordination, and a kind of functional core power. I don't know if it's the yoga, but my back is feeling way better, and that tingling is almost gone. So when it comes to weightlifting, I need to be careful with certain types of lifting that compress the spine. So I've basically taken out the overhead press, back squat, and I've doubled down on the dead hangs. So I used to do like a short dead hang and then I would get into my routine, but now I'm doing sets of dead hangs. So 30 seconds a set, and I'm doing 4 to 5 sets. And I'm doing those almost daily. So I think that's helping quite a lot. that and the yoga, I think, has made a huge difference for my back. I mentioned a few videos ago that I'd be doing easy strength, which is the Dan John kind of routine that is very basic, minimalist kind of routine. I've actually moved on from that with the issue with my back and also a little bit more awareness of what's going on with my hip. So I'm really looking to rehab that injury and work on the specific things I can do to help that. So for the hip injury, I'm really focusing on core and pelvic stability. And, I think that's really the root of the problem. I've been trying to incorporate some anti-rotational movements like the wood chopper, loaded carries, some Copenhagen planks, and just general strength and conditioning that's gonna target the core and hip area. So pull-ups don't seem to aggravate my back, so I've been doing them more. I don't know if it really helps, but I do enjoy the challenge of trying to improve with pull-ups. I've always felt like pull-ups are really hard, and lately I've been feeling better at them. I'm getting stronger, I'm still using the band, but I feel like I can do more, and I'm doing them all the way down, like a full range. And sometimes I can go really slow, and I feel like I could probably go bandless, but I'm kind of enjoying using the band and just focusing on more reps and more sets. I'm feeling the deadlift strength is coming back a bit too, and I'm feeling stronger with swings. And so it's really satisfying to feel like some strength and improvement. I'm still continuing in the spirit of easy strength, just keeping the effort 6 out of 10, or maybe 7 out of 10, and keeping the reps low. So lifting heavy, but not going to failure. So being injured is time consuming. I've been really noticing that when I'm injured, I'm actually spending more time training than when I'm not. I'm trying to invest the time and really look at it like that. It will pay off later. So the strength sessions end up taking longer, and I'm spending more time out there just doing all of these different exercises. So it's been rainy and hot here in Hong Kong, and I've been riding a lot indoors. Obviously, the experience of being outside is going to be better psychologically, but riding indoors is definitely more time efficient, and you can really get more out of yourself. It's interesting how Zwift can motivate me. I can really push hard trying to get a KOM or keep up with a group. And that's something I would never be able to do on my own. When I'm just riding on my own, it's like I have a hard time even just getting my heart rate up. So I've been thinking about my goals for next year, and I'm really hoping I can keep my momentum going. I plan to run a half marathon here in Hong Kong in November, and I put my name in the lottery for Shanghai Marathon in December. I don't think that'll be a PR attempt, but let's see. I'm also hoping to do something on the trail, but I still haven't decided about that. And Hong Kong Marathon's always an option, either the full or the half. And I'm also thinking, Tokyo or Osaka. I actually registered for Hamburg Marathon, which is in April. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but the time of year is really perfect for the weather here. If any of you have run in Hamburg, let me know. But I think the first steps before I start committing to anything are just to get back into running shape, and I'll feel a lot better when I can get into some regular running volume. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on my recovery. Hopefully I don't have any more setbacks. If you're dealing with a similar kind of problem, maybe you have an injury or something else that's holding you back, I'm with you. We just got to be patient and power through these kind of low points. At very least, it gives us time to reflect and plan out the next steps. So I think that's it for me today. Hope you're all having a good summer, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.